I wanted to talk about a book called Stray Dogs. Stray Dogs is a book I picked up because other people were talking about it. I got it digitally because I didn't want to take the risk of adding it to my collection and find that it was, not worth my while. And now I've read it, I think it is a fantastic read. The review itself is going to be a little spoilery, but I will stop well before the end of the book because it's such a fast read. And there was not twists per se, but there's lots of moments in it that are best read for the first time. But just bear that in mind. And also, if you get anything from this review, please feel free to give us a thumbs up. It does help. So look, without any further ado, let's have a look at this book. Okay, Stray Dogs. This is a book that is massively harrowing and stressful if you are a dog lover. So please be warned. I don't think there's any secrets in reading out the blurb on the front of the book. What do you get when you crossbreed Silence of the Lambs with All Dogs Go to Heaven? You get Stray Dogs, and that's kind of right, to be honest. What you have in this book is this little dog Sophie. You see a flashback to her having an injection at the vets, and you immediately feel her concern and worry and terror having the needle. But at the same time, you have an explanation of dog's memories, which comes into play greatly in this book. You then find that she is back at present time, and she's been plonked in front of a group of dogs at a new house, and they're all happy and friendly and really welcoming to her. This is the leader dog here, called Rusty, and you get an introduction to all the other dogs, and they show around the house. They say this is the master's living room, this is where we all go outside, this is where we eat, this is where we go to toilet, blah blah blah. This is his special room, we think he keeps the treats in there. And she has a little panic and wets herself, which immediately endears you more to her. But Rusty says, look, it's alright, we're all new ones. Everything's fine, and this is all in the first issue, until the master goes, oh, you're lonely, here, have a scarf to keep you warm. And then she smells the scarf, and it triggers a memory of a lady wearing a scarf coming into her house, and the master strangling her with it. And she says, the master killed my owner and kidnapped me here. And all the other dogs go, what? They don't necessarily believe her, but she is adamant about this. They say, well, that can't be right. We've all know the master, he's good to us. But then you see these little things in his life. These things that, if you have any interest in serial killers or crime films or that, are not good things. He's got a gun above his bed. He's doing taxidermy on animals. And these are all things that known serial killers do. So she's having her flashbacks, having her memories, and Rusty says, look, we'll look into it for you just to reassure you. So what they do is they go outside, they all eat their dinner, and then when the master goes off, she tries to get into his special room, and they do, and you find it's full of random women's clothes and lots of things, measuring tapes, just handcuffs, bolt cutters, all manner of paraphernalia that should not be there. And taxidermied animals as well. They're going through it. She finds plans and sketches and things. It's a serial killer's room, basically, a secret serial killer room. And she gets locked in the cupboard. She has more flashbacks. She realizes that she saw him at the dog park stalking her owner, and that's where he does his killing, or rather is selecting for killing. He finds women at the dog park, and the dogs try and save her. Rusty gets in trouble and taken off to a shed, which is the bad thing, the punishment shed, and gets released, but he's he's injured. We don't know how or why he's injured, and you don't see what's in the punishment shed. You do later, but you don't find out right now. And I won't let us get to the punishment shed, but you find they've got a picture, and another one of the dogs says, "That's my lady." And then they begin to remember. As they find more and more bits for other people's owners, they begin to remember, and they begin to find more sinister things. They find smells under the porch on the house. They find clues. Some dogs don't necessarily believe them. Still, some were too young when they were taken to fully remember what happened to them and their owners. And this story continues in this manner until its conclusion. I'm not going to give away the conclusion. There are real nasty things that happen to some of the dogs. There are moments of sort of heroism in the story. There are moments of tension. But this is a thrilling read. It is a book that I started reading and didn't stop until I'd finished. And you are just immediately drawn in. I would recommend this to anyone that wants to read a adult book that is thrilling, enjoyable, and tells a story that you would not otherwise pick up elsewhere, and that is even better because it's done from the perspective of the dogs and they play with this whole memory thing. Okay, so that was the book. As I say, a absolutely thrilling read. I started reading it thinking, oh, here we go, this is going to just be some sort of Disney type dog book, and it wasn't. It was expertly crafted. It's got a real pace to it. There is not an ounce of fat in the story, and it is better for it. And it's the kind of thing you think, well, it'd be funny if they made a cartoon of this. It'd be distressing, like Watership Down level distressing. Because as I said before, when I was reading it, I don't know why, I haven't got a dog. I'm not necessarily a dog person, but the way the characters are, you get drawn in, and it gives you the feels. So just be warned, if you are a dog lover, this might be a little bit traumatic for you. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.